My favorite arguments by the Christians is that if you're not Christian, you can have no moral compass because without God setting the tone and laying down the moral rules, then you have no moral code to live by. And they say this completely ignoring the fact that ancient Greeks weren't dissecting and debating the philosophy of morality and the source of morality completely outside of the monotheistic religion of the Israelites. Even Plato completely dismantled it more than 2,400 years ago, where he basically asks, is something good because God commands it, or does God command it because it's good? If good is only good because God said so, then morality is completely arbitrary. And goodness itself means absolutely nothing beyond obedience. But if God commands something because it's good, then goodness existed before the law or the morality set by God. That tells us that God is not the source of morality. And if morality actually requires God's law, then Christians wouldn't disagree on what's moral. As differing Christian cultures have condoned enslavement and child marriage and holy wars, these laws were actually a moral authority, then they would have much clearer guidelines and a lot more consistency. Because you can't say, thou shalt not kill, and then the omniscient God allows so much killing in his name. Don't talk to me about free will, because those babies that Herod had no choice in the matter. If God is omniscient, he knew sending down his son would cause that. And how do we know that? Well, because when Judas betrays Jesus, Jesus is very clear that it was a fated thing. And then poor Judas becomes the whole scapegoat of the story and ends up himself, but it was all written in the stars. The God knew already. So where's the morality there? And if we look beyond the doctrine and beyond the scripture, what actually sets moral code? It's social structures, it's empathy, it's fairness, it's survival and cooperation with your fellow man. It's avoiding doing harm to others. I don't think we need a book to tell us that. The question of morality in certain cultures is very complex, right? So, certain cultures that maybe approve of female circumcision, for example, they do that on moral grounds. They believe it's moral, but in the West, we're horrified by it. The thing is it shows you that the morals and ethics are set by the society, not by the deity. The thing is, though, you cannot have a God dictating morals to a people while breaking many of his own moral codes. And here's the crazy thing: in Judaism, they don't think that non-Jews go to hell. They don't actually believe in hell, but they think that non-Jews who live a good life end up with God. There's only 7 very basic rules that we would have to follow. Christians, on the other hand, it's not so much about following the rules, it's actually about belief. You have to believe or nothing. There's a simple answer for that. It's because Judaism is covenant based. God made the covenant with the people of Israel, not with me. Christianity is conversion based. We give you the info, you buy into it, or else hell. Modern Christians today are stuck in this loop of I must convert everybody. If I don't convert everybody, then I've failed. If somebody rejects God, then they're rejecting me. If you leave the faith, if you say you don't believe, something is wrong with you. And if you try to deconstruct, we've got to correct you. Meanwhile, the rest of us on the outside of Christianity who've never grown up Christian, we know that our beliefs don't impact yours, just like your beliefs shouldn't impact us. As far as the morality goes, you cannot attach eternal consequences to a moral system that existed long before the religion. As far as the evangelizing goes and the trying to pull people in from deconstructing, you can't make a universal covenant that was never meant to be universal in the first place. Judaism, your Old Testament, the people from the Old Testament, they don't need to convert anybody. You don't need to convert one single person to be faithful to their God. The problem is that Christianity does.